Good evening, or after, evening. Welcome to episode 35 of the Don't Shop Podcast. We are a man short today, but the show must go on. I'm your host, Mr. N, as always. I have Mr. Jorge.
Hi, how's it going?
All right. So, not too many topics, but to be honest, we have one main topic we really want to cover this week. So,
yeah. Yep. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but before that, icebreaker, just for, stay true to our what's our schedule routine. There you go.
Routine.
What is the oldest piece of clothing you own and why?
The oldest piece of clothing I own. It's probably one of my Batman shirts that I've had for at least about a decade. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
I think I can guess yours.
Wait, what's mine? I'm curious.
Is it our school hoodie?
I don't have that anymore.
No,
I don't.
I would have thought you would have kept it for sentimental.
I would have kept it, but I don't have it anymore.
I think
I'm pretty sure that's an ex girlfriend stole it, and I don't think I ever got it back.
I mean, if you know who you are, please email Mr. Insweat.
Not email, ship it back to me, please. Thank you. If you still have it, probably not. It's been a while. I have a few. So the reason I came up with this question was I was just curious, how many of you guys are hoarders as I am?
I frequently go through my clothes and get rid of stuff. The harder part for me is to get rid of my sneakers, but
see, I hoard. Let's see, I hoard jackets more than anything because jackets are just really expensive. Like I have a jacket that's definitely well over a decade. It's kind of like a I don't know.
It's like the bomber jacket.
No, not the bomber one. It's like a rugged like kind of like a hiking jacket almost. It has like the fuzz around the neck area.
Okay.
I've had that for like so long. It's like I bought it when I was still shopping at Aeropostale. That's how old it was. That's how old it is.
Yeah.
But like I like it so much. It's like, and nothing's wrong with it. So it's really no reason for me to get rid of it.
Yeah, I think that's the only, that for me. That's definitely one of my Batman shirts that I've had forever. This one is newer. This one's maybe only a few years old.
Yeah. The shirt. See, probably the shirts is due to the whole working out thing for last half a decade. I can't, like old shirts can't really fit anymore, so they gotta go. So it's like okay, but that's forced my hand. I can't hoard. I can't hoard as much as much as I would like.
I was cleaning. I was doing a little spring cleaning out of one of our closets. Funny you say that, the jacket with the fur. A friend of ours who lives here with me has a jacket like that, and I see it in the closet, and it's just like, It's funny you say that. You know what probably would last like that? A good solid, and that's something I've been looking for lately. Good solid jean jacket. Those would probably last.
Denim jacket?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can rock a denim jacket. It's not my cup of tea, but again, there are guys who rock like full denim, so power to you.
Yeah, that's always just need a jean jacket. Yeah, I wonder what Mr. Owls is. That's a good question. I feel like he doesn't.
I don't know. So I feel like he wouldn't hoard, but at the same time, he's pretty frugal. Yeah, so I feel like if it doesn't have like hole, if it's not like full of patches and holes, I think he'd keep it.
I think it's a Temple hoodie. That would be my guess.
I can believe that. Temple hoodie, maybe a hat. It could be a Temple hat.
Yeah, or a Temple hat. I do distinctly remember years ago him talking that he needed to buy a Temple hoodie.
Temple Pride.
At that time. So I'm curious if that's it. Maybe he still has our old school hoodie. If he had it to begin with.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that would have. I feel like he would have saw it as a waste of money.
You know what it is? It's a jersey. It's definitely a soccer jersey.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean,
either from when he played for our school or from his favorite team, Arsenal, or his home country. Yeah, one of the three.
I can see that. I can definitely see a jersey.
Mr. Al, when you inevitably listen to this, please remember and let us know next week because I am curious.
All right. All right. So, you want to cover the big one first, or the little smaller ones?
I guess we could get into the meat and potatoes.
All right. So, Falcon and Winter Soldier, or now now Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which I have gripes with that name, but we'll start with the whole at the beginning. So, Falcon's new suit. Thoughts?
Isn't it true to the comic?
Almost not 100% accurate, but it's a very, very good representation.
I thought it looked good. Mine is for me personally. I don't like the size of the helmet.
Yeah, that's accurate. What I heard is the ear holes are distracting, and they are. And in hindsight, looking back, like they were a little distracting. I found myself looking at his ears like way more than I should.
That's so random. Maybe subconsciously that's why I didn't like it.
Overall, I enjoyed the suit. I think I thought it'd be more armor-esque than cloth or leather, I guess it would look like.
See, I expected something like Black Panther suit with like the energy absorbing technology, because
that's reserved for their king, man.
But he called in the favor from Wakanda. No, he got with some cloth. Well,
I mean the wings. The wings. Well, the wings are vibranium now. That's pretty cool. I mean, Red Wing looks. I mean, I like the new Red Wing.
I thought, you know what? Going into this episode, I thought they would make his buddy sidekick guy that's been helping him on the low. They would like set him up for a sidekick role as Red Wing.
His character in the comics becomes the next Falcon.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So in what I think the previous episode, Sam told him to keep his old broken wings.
Yeah.
So eventually, down the line, he'll be the next Falcon.
Okay.
I enjoyed, but I thought the suit would be more akin to his his Infinity War armor wings, more metallic, more metal, like armor-esque. Instead, it was a bunch of but like it was more Captain America than I thought. It's like, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess.
I wonder if that was just for shooting purposes, like
budget.
Not even budget, like just the fact that if you're recording a lot of armor, you have to build it and make it malleable for the stunt doubles and the actors to move around in, and B, reflective surfaces, lighting and stuff like that. Maybe. So I wonder if the easier out is just do cloth.
Maybe. I'm pretty sure they know how to deal with it. Again, they had Bucky's metal arm for like 6 episodes, so
that was mostly CGI.
Actually, no. That arm, he actually wears a whole arm like costume thing.
A sleeve?
Yeah. No, he has to like cover his arm in like KY jelly to fit into it. Like
That's so weird.
This is one of the little tidbits I've been picking up ever since YouTube's been showing, like, just throwing Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie interviews at me. So I've just been watching them, and something I learned. It's like, oh, I mean, it's a joke on set. It's genuinely a joke on set. Like they're like, hey, tell him how you put your arm on, and he's like, Sebastian is like, I cover my arm in KY jelly. Like,
I have to ask. So, as a side note to our listeners, the first day the episode dropped, early in the morning, Mr. N texted us how his YouTube algorithm had already spoiled the episode for him, and it wasn't even like 7 o'clock in the morning at that point. And I felt bad.
I'll just like do my usual YouTube, like a couple of YouTube videos before I start work, and I open up YouTube, just right in my recommendations feed. I don't remember what it was. I think it was Falcon suit. It was like Falcon suit reveal. It was like Falcon new Captain America suit reveal for Falcon Winter Soldier. It's like, really? That's first thing I see in the morning. Thanks, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Shortly thereafter, I made sure to watch the episode before I hopped on YouTube.
I really should start doing that. But yeah, again, although suit upgrade was great, There's a few cool things. I like what he did. When he had like blocked the helicopter, like the wings like made a dome around him, and he had like the shield up. That was really cool. That was a pretty badass moment, in my opinion.
Do you feel like he struggled too much with some of the fodder?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, well, but thing is, Falcon's not like he's not a martial artist. He doesn't have the same fighting abilities as Cap. He doesn't have he doesn't have the super strength, the agility. Just he's more of a range fighter. Yeah, he's a range fighter. Yeah, but now he has a shield, so he's kind of forced to be a melee fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I felt like he definitely was out his element. So him struggling against Batroc when Cap basically laid him out easy in the start of the Winter Soldier. It made sense. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, he is like a skilled villain, so I would, yeah. So it's fine. But I didn't stop Sam from having like his cool hero moments. The helicopter scene was really cool.
The truck scene where he's like,
yeah, when he caught the truck. Yeah, that was great. I like the that like Red Wing. I'm not sure if it split into two or a second one came out, but like it attached to the cars and like those additional thrusters.
I'm not too sure about that. I didn't go back and watch the episode.
Yeah. For that particular scene though, it was a little cheesy when that one guy is like that's Black Falcon, and the one guy's like, no, that's Captain America. It's like, really, just really.
They had to use the Black Falcon joke one more time.
I mean, I'm fine with the Black Falcon joke, but just that inclusion felt so cheesy.
Pointed.
Yeah, it was like a little too on the nose.
Oh, I like the Captain Falcon joke. That was funny.
Captain Falcon joke. And when he introduced himself to Captain America to that one guy in the building, he's like, "I thought Captain America was on the moon." That was great. That's a good callback.
So our buddy Nose was here on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. He stopped by for a little bit, and me, him, and Amanda were downstairs talking. So me and Nose watched the series, but Amanda has not.
Oh,
so he's like, "Oh, I'm waiting for it to finish." I'm like, "All right, it's done now, dude." But anyway, so Nose asked me, "I wonder where Rogers is," and I'm like, "He's on the moon, dude." And man was like, "Bro, come on!" I'm like, I just laugh. I'm like, it's an inside joke from the show, man. Whether he's on the moon or not could be, but we don't definitively know.
There's a reference. I think the Inhumans base is on the moon or something like that. So I think that's what I need to double check my facts, but I think that's what I heard. So maybe they're hinting Steve is hanging out with the Inhumans.
Maybe.
But so Falcon, I think let's rewind it back. Okay, so Falcon versus Batroc. Carly just, I'm sorry, she's very. They're trying to make her sympathetic. They're trying to make us like her. She's a very unlikable character, in my opinion. I did not enjoy her character. I think she's pretty hypocritical.
Yeah, she's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Worst antagonist in the MCU.
Carly?
Yes. Not necessarily villain, because apples and whatever you want to consider her, but antagonist to the story. Yeah, I would consider her the worst antagonist. The story would have been the same, or let me phrase this. She really didn't affect the story too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. She did push the plot, obviously. Well, yeah, because things happen because of her decision. So she played an active role, but she could have been anybody. She could have just been anybody and wouldn't have mattered. I don't know if I call it her worst. Definitely bottom tier though. Definitely bottom tier in my opinion. I'm not sure if the worst. I have to think about that one.
You have to think about it. But like at present time, I can't think of anyone who was the worst primary antagonist or even secondary.
Well, there's Malik. He was the Thor: The Dark World. But he was more. Oh yeah, you didn't see it. Well, you didn't see it.
The only one I didn't see it.
He was also just boring. He was just criminally boring.
I mean that movie wasn't exactly that. That might be the worst MCU movie.
I liked it for what it was.
Yeah, for what it was. Maybe
Honestly,
maybe the guy
main-
from Iron Man 3.
the fake Mandarin.
Yeah, the fake Mandarin.
Fake Mandarin, yeah.
But at least
I was so angry when because I was excited to see the Mandarin, like the full, the 10 rings of the powers, and then then Marvel pulled a fast one, and it's like I was an actor this entire time. It's like, you got me, but F you. I was so angry. A lot of people were.
He's one of Iron Man's primary villains.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, now we're gonna see the actual Mandarin in the Shang-Chi movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, tangents. Okay, Carly. I felt nothing when she died. I felt nothing. I also hated the fact that Falcon, Captain Sam. There you go, Sam. Sam kept trying to talk her down during the final fight. It's like, look, she's super powered. She will kill you. You might want to defend yourself a little bit.
I hope this is a learning. I don't want to say a teachable moment where you understand you should use your words before you use your fist, but you get to the point where you have to realize that it's not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah, talking can only do so much, and some people just can't be talked down. I feel like if it was Rogers, he would have subdued her, but non-lethal, and have that conversation once she was no longer a threat.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how I feel like that would have been a proper way to handle it. Again, Sam didn't have to be. He didn't have to say the whole, I don't want to fight you. He said, I don't want to fight you, but I will. And once I take you down, we'll have a talk.
What do you think about the the not so surprise power broker reveal?
I hate what they did to Sharon. I mean, I get the arc. I get what they're going. I get that arc, but knowing what comic Sharon is so much better than MCU Sharon. I liked her better as Agent 13. I'm disappointed where they're taking her character.
I'm disappointed with where they're going with the character. Not only because the outcome was so predictable.
Yeah.
There wasn't really a surprise. They could have spilled the beans 3 episodes sooner. Still wouldn't have been a surprise. From episode 2 when she came out and was introduced, and subsequently they talking about the power broker. I was like, oh, it's one and the same. Look at all her place was so swanky.
Yeah.
Come on.
What gave it away for me is the moment she said, "Oh, I got a few satellites." Excuse me. Okay, aren't you on the run? I was really hoping it was a red herring, and she was actually a double agent still working for the CIA or something, which gave her all the access to all that stuff. Because the biggest plot hole for me was that she led them to Nagel, the guy who made the super soldier serum. Why would you lead Sam, Bucky, and Zemo to your supplier, to your chemist or whatever, when you need him alive?
Unless she already had the blueprint for the serum elsewhere.
No, she needed it. She needed him. He was the only one who could make it.
Well,
it was the most stupidest thing. If you were the power broker, why would you do that?
I wonder if they'll explain that.
I think it's just a plot hole. I feel like they were just trying to do a red herring, and this is now just a big plot hole.
True enough.
Yeah. Bucky. I feel like Bucky got the shaft.
Especially with his moment with
Yuri.
Yeah.
I've been looking forward to that conversation since episode 1.
Yeah.
And we don't even get a momentary a long pause or a crying scene, or he just found out the friend, the guy he thought his new friend was actually his son's murderer. Dude, that writes itself. Come on. I'm so mad. It was
I wonder if there's an extended scene of this.
I hope so.
I would like to see an extended version, but yeah, he got shafted so hard.
Yeah,
Even my wife was like, "That was it." I'm like, I couldn't even explain it away. Like I'm like, no, yeah,
I was
they blew it. Like the definitive one of the definitive moments of the series, in my opinion, was that moment. They
blew it. Yeah, they blew it hard. And honestly, Bucky in this whole episode was kind of. I mean, there's some fun moments, I guess. When he told Sam flying's not his thing, is yours. I thought it was funny. His fight scenes were very lackluster, though. The entire episode.
I feel like his fights got dumbed down to make
the Flag Smashers,
to make Sam's fights better.
Yeah. Also, I feel like they also wanted to make the Flag Smashers seem like more of a threat anyway. Even though I feel like Sam could have took all three of them on and be fine. I mean, not Sam, Bucky, because he's the freaking Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
like he's trained against other super soldiers before. In Civil War, we saw him like he fought 1-on-1 with like those other serum guy, other Hydra agents that took the serum. So he could take them. I know he can, but it's just.
No. I did like I think for the series, if you like, we're kind of crapping on a little bit, but I enjoyed the series, and I think one of the highlights of the series was Sam and Bucky's friendship, and like his interaction with Sam's family.
Definitely, all the downtime at in New Orleans. Yeah, great. I loved it. When last episode, episode 5, when when Bucky woke up and he saw the kids just playing with the shield, it warmed my heart, man. He needed that.
Yeah, I think Bucky getting like that downtime he hasn't had since before he became the Winter Soldier. Yeah, was heartwarming.
Yeah, because he's been from war to war to war, basically.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. Bucky definitely needed it. Also, he got shafted in the end credits. Falcon gets the name change. Bucky's still the Winter Soldier, despite the fact his whole arc is to stop being the Winter Soldier. It should have been Captain America and the White Wolf, or Captain America and Sergeant Barnes, or something. But I love the fact that one of the soldiers addressed him as Sergeant Barnes. In the beginning, I was like, Bucky's in his element again. Like he's himself now. It feels like he's himself.
Yeah. Well, you know who else got shafted? Zemo.
What do you mean? Zemo's the best character.
But near the end, he got benched suddenly and very
because he would steal the show immediately.
He did steal the show.
So they needed to get rid of him for the final episode. But he still gets the last laugh because his butler's a badass. Yeah, I felt Batman and Alfred vibes from those two.
Yeah, at first, when it happened, I was confused for a second. I'm like, I thought it was what's his name?
Walker.
Yeah, I thought it was Walker, and I'm like, that's pretty dark for Walker. And then they showed the old guy. I'm like, old guy, the butler.
Yeah.
And then they panned to Zemo. Honestly, if they wouldn't have panned to him, it would have been a slightly better scene. Like it would force you to kind of recall versus putting it.
Right. I mean, they had to. I think the guy who plays Zemo, Daniel Brulock, I think is it. Brule. Yeah, he might have been just contractually obligated to at least show up in one scene, and so they were like, all right, we need one scene with him. What scene can we do? Him in prison, finding out that the others are dead. Yeah, good enough. It might just been in part of his contract.
Yeah. Do you think they should have brought in any surprise cameos for the last episode?
I would have loved to seen Old Man Steve. Just not even like they had to really interact. Hell, they didn't have to get Chris Evans back. Just the back of his head, watching Sam's speech, which we will get to. Sam's speech. I'm curious what you think about Sam's speech at the very end. But Yeah, like, just old man Steve, just or like we have like a picture of Peggy on like the nightstand or something.
Shoot it a certain way. I feel you.
Yeah, just like it could have been so inexpensive. I mean, but then again, that would have confirmed if Steve was alive or not.
True.
So there's a whole thing of they talk about Steve in the past tense, so meaning he passed. And this takes place like several months after Endgame. So did Sam? So my theory is Sam only gave away the shield after Steve's death because because again he sat on it for like a X amount of months before he gave it away to the Smithsonian. So I'm assuming during that time Steve was alive. Steve passed. Then really dawned on him, oh crap, I'm not ready to be Captain America. Then he gave away the shield. That's my theory. So I think Steve is probably dead, unfortunately. Makes me sad.
If he died, then I feel they didn't do him a good service.
I think they did a great service at the end. Endgame was his service. He had his happy ending, man.
I mean, like if you see this character's full arc from scrub to old man,
yeah,
at least let him show him passing. If he died, if they're talking in the past tense,
yeah. I'm okay with an off-screen death for Steve. I honestly, and then because they do a funeral. I don't know. I don't think I'll be ready for it.
Exactly. That's the point.
Okay, so let's see. Walker
got redeemed, and I didn't care for it.
I like it. No, I actually really like. Yeah, I still think he's like very unhinged. I think he's a very unhinged individual, especially with the serum now running through his veins.
But he got hinged, for lack of a better terminology. Yeah. Like he seemed very much together in that last episode.
My favorite there's a few. Okay, so key stand-up moments, when he dropped the shield, symbolic, the whole symbolism of dropping the shield to go save the truck. I think that's what redeemed me. He realized he didn't need to be Captain America anymore. Also, that one quote from Lincoln, that was hilarious. You go to Lincoln and Bucky gave him crap for it. Like, yeah. Lincoln, really? I wish we had more of that Walker. I know, they had to show Walker unhinged. They had to show Walker at, not fitting of the shield because we had to justify taking the shield back. But I wish we had more of that Walker. The kind of like the cheesy, campy. I'm gonna quote Abraham Lincoln because I can. I think I like that Walker. Obviously now he's U.S. agent, which is great because that's what his character is in the comics. So
is he U.S. agent or is he
U.S. agent? U.S. agent.
U.S. agent.
Shut up. I hate you so much. But so Val, the girl. Wait, the girl. She's
her name.
Val. Yeah, whatever. I ain't memorize that long ass name. So so the actress, she plays Elaine in Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm really happy. I was like, hey, it's Elaine. She got old. Holy crap.
She does the those Gap commercials. Have you ever seen them? If you watch TV, seen
who watches ads? Oh yeah, so one, hey, it's Elaine. Two, she's setting up the Dark Avengers. So I can see Zemo and Walker as members since they're still conveniently alive.
Yeah, I think they left his character very morally ambiguous.
Yeah,
as to whether he's a good guy or a bad guy. But I dug that.
Yeah. So going back to Walker, so the subreddit had a very interesting theory. So the helmet he wore for U.S. agent, a lot of people were saying, hey, he looks a lot better with that new helmet. And so someone did a whole I'm not sure how far they're reaching, but a lot of people did not like him in his Cap helmet because the way the Cap helmet was shaped like to resemble the Red Skull almost. But when he switched over to U.S. agent's costume, the helmet was more form-fitting and made him look better. I
Yeah,
I don't know how far of a reach that is. I didn't really notice. I mean, I thought he looked a little weird in the helmet, but it
I
didn't.
think it gave him more like big head look. That
Yeah,
might be why. And then like it really squared off his face, so it gave him the old man from Up look.
mm.
But I think he looked better in his agent outfit.
Yeah, like the. I was like, it's the same, but in black. It's like, I mean, yeah.
I mean, sometimes that's all it takes, man. Look at Superman.
Uh, let's see. Speaking of black, this is probably a horrible transition. I say it's a horrible transition. I couldn't. Like, it clicked. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm horrible. I'm going to hell. Yeah, I'm going to hell for that one.
Transition, my friend.
Anyways, Isaiah. Sam did him a solid. Got him his own little memorial, I guess. Part of the Captain America museum.
Yeah.
That was a nice touch. That was really cool.
Yeah, I think that was really nice on his part. That was also very interesting dichotomy of character.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I was kind of curious how they're going to explain the whole, there's been another super soldier this whole time, and et cetera, et cetera. I don't know. He's such. It's such a unique take on the world, I guess. I don't know how to put that.
His story was very reminiscent of the Tuskegee experiments.
Yeah,
if you're familiar.
So, what I heard was a lot of his backstory was also was based on like other true stories of what happened in POW and other stuff. I don't know the full history. I'm not a history buff, so I'm probably the wrong person to explain this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that. I could definitely speak to that. For me personally, it reminded me of the Tuskegee experiments.
Definitely interesting. But yeah. So I guess the big thing, Falcon's speech at the end.
Yeah. I thought it was very fitting of his character. The where they started losing it a little bit would have been when they try to like. I appreciate tackling labels, especially in our society, but applying it to Carly's character and saying, "Oh, she wasn't a terrorist." Well, she was still technically a terrorist.
Yeah, I mean, she fits the definition of a terrorist.
Exactly.
She harmed innocent lives for the sake of a political goal.
So, in that sense, I think they fudged it a little bit, but overall, I can see where he's coming from.
I understand the whole, we don't want to, we shouldn't dehumanize it, but terrorists are taking lives. There's really no way to get around it. Again, I wasn't a fan of don't call her a terrorist, but I do understand the message. Again, like another person's terrorist is another person's freedom fighter.
Yeah,
I get that.
That is very much a truth.
Yeah, I truly get that, but I don't think Carly deserved that that recognition. Or like she shouldn't be I don't think she should be the martyr for that message.
No, she shouldn't be.
I think there's better examples out there. I can't think of any on the top of the head, but Carly was not a good person. I'm gonna set this truck on fire. I'm willing to kill all of them to stop the vote. It's like, yeah, no, Carly was not a good person. I'm sorry.
But he made a valid point in regards to if you want to stop the next Carly, you gotta use the power you have at hand.
Yeah. So, so one thing I saw online, it's kind of funny. His whole, when they asked them, what can they do? His only answer was do better. It's like that's not helping a lot, but okay.
Yeah, but that's not his job to answer that question. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
Yeah, it's not his job though. I get that.
It's
But
like you ask me how should we tackle the, I don't know, spanning poverty in the United States?
yeah.
I mean, I can give you opinions,
Yeah.
but doesn't necessarily mean A, they're going to work, or B, behind any facts, I don't have stats information to back up whatever claims I say. So it makes sense. Like, you guys have the information, the infrastructure, know what you can do, what you can't do.
Yeah. Actually, funnily enough, I actually get hit with that type of question a lot. So standardized testing in schools. A lot of people, there's a lot of conflicting opinions, obviously, and being someone in that profession, I get asked that a lot. What's my opinion on standardized testing? Do I approve of it? And my answer is always we don't have a better way. I mean, I don't like them, but that's like, unless someone can propose a better way to test students, we're stuck with it.
Yeah. And for that specific instance, if it's standardized, then you have a metric for everybody. Everyone learns different, but then how are you supposed to measure student 1 against student 2 if student 1 is taking a test that's 1 + 1, student 2 is taking a test that's 1 + 2?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not easy, and there's no right answer, but it's, I guess, the easiest answer is to have standardized testing.
No. I mean, I see that type of question quite often, so it's definitely an interesting thing.
Yeah, but in this case, you obviously are in the field, so you see, you have the children there and everything.
Yeah,
I would just look at it from an outsider looking at it. It's like, oh, kids learn different. Obviously, my son is one way, my niece is another. So we might have different opinions just based on the viewpoint, which is commonplace.
Yeah, I guess it. Back to Falcon. I did feel like the speech was a little long-winded.
It did run on.
Yeah, I think he was talking for like a good 7 minutes.
Really? Like runtime?
I think so.
Wow.
I might be over exaggerating that. I have to look back, but I felt like he went on for a while. It's like we could have cut some of that and gave some of that to Bucky. Have his little emotional moment. Yes, I'm still very salty that they gave Bucky the shaft.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to it. I was looking so forward to that.
It's bad. I had no defense of my wife's like, that was it. Wasn't that supposed to be heartfelt? I'm like, yeah. I mean, like, but I'm like, but babe, he's like, but that's all they did. You didn't cry or anything. I'm like, I know.
Overall, the series, I enjoyed it. I do think the ending fell on its face a bit, to be honest.
It without a strong, I mean, the hero is only as good as the villain.
Yeah,
without a strong villain, it was hard to make them look good.
Yeah,
and I didn't have high expectations for the show. I had moderate expectations, so it didn't fall short of my expectations, but the expectations that I had that were met were definitely Sam and Bucky's interactions, which I knew was going to be, for me personally, one of the highlights.
Yeah.
One of the parts that fell short was giving Sam a good villain.
Yeah. I did appreciate Sam's new backstory though, like learning more about his family, New Orleans, the whole boat stuff. I thought it was really nice because our secondary heroes typically don't get that type of backstory.
Yeah.
So it's really nice that that Sam got that. Oh, you heard that Cat 4 is in production?
Yes,
in talks anyway.
Yeah, I am disappointed that the showrunner for this is gonna do the movie. So I'm not expecting much, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's the writer. Yeah, I hope they get a better director, because what really annoyed me in Falcon and Winter Soldier was the fight scenes were shot terribly.
You know what one of my really big gripes is?
Yeah,
I hate when movies and shows do a lot of nighttime scenes, because even if you watch it in a really good high def TV, it still takes away from me from the experience because it's hard to see sometimes.
Yeah.
And that's
So
why
that,
I'm
but the
like,
reason they do is to hide cheap CGI.
yeah, I know, but still,
CGI in bright daylight is really hard to do, or well, it's very expensive to do.
how much of the end series could you say was CGI? Like
All most of Falcon's scenes. Well, the moment the wings are out,
but
that's
they
all
did
CGI.
they did it for the first episode.
Yeah, that's true.
They did it for the first episode.
Maybe budget ran out for the last episode. I don't know.
They blew their load episode 1. It's like, all right, guys.
It's like we blew. It's like that's it. We're on money.
Yeah.
But I had high expectations for the show. Again, I was really invested in Falcon taking the shield. I thought it'd be a great story, and it was a great story to tell. And then Bucky's redemption arc, it was great. But Bucky, again, they shafted Bucky, which is horrible. Like he is just his name is in the title. How do you shaft him?
Yeah, he definitely was super second fiddle.
Yeah. Also really hate that he gave away Steve's book. He gave it to the therapist. He crossed off all her names and gave her the book. It's like, I'm sorry, did Steve give you that book? Could just ripped out the pages and gave it to her.
Yeah, that is accurate.
It was like,
I get why for sentimental reason, for closure reasons he did it.
Yeah, kept the couldn't send her a text message.
Take a picture.
Shit, could have kept the book, man. No, that hurt a little bit.
But overall, like I said, the show was good. I mostly enjoyed the slice of life, Sam and Bucky friendship.
Was this better than WandaVision?
Was it better than WandaVision? No, they were both about the same.
Yeah. I'm kind of the same mindset.
Neither one of them sucked more than the other, but neither one of them was
Wildly.
Yeah, particularly comparing the two. And
yeah,
I don't have high hopes for Loki in that sense.
Yeah. I mean, I was never excited for this Loki show to begin with. I think Loki's is being milked so hard.
He's the fan service, man.
Like Tom, look,
he's Loki, the man service.
Loki ended when when he tried to kill Thanos for Thor.
Spoilers for Infinity War.
I'm pretty sure everyone has seen Infinity War at this point. That's where Loki, that's where my love for Loki. I love Loki, but Thanos snapping his neck was me saying goodbye to the characters. Like, all right, goodbye, Loki. We'll miss you. Whatever. We'll see. I mean, if it's good, it's good.
Same thing with Black Widow, man.
I mean,
I do not care to watch the movie at all.
I care enough, mainly because I think Scarlett Johansson deserves
her own show.
Yeah, her own movie, and she deserves a bow out. So I think she deserves a proper bow out of the MCU, and this should be it.
The actor, yes. The character died when the character died.
Yeah, fair enough. It's basically Marvel got so late to the program. They're like, you know what happened? Marvel saw that Wonder Woman did well, and they're like, oh crap.
Oh man. And Captain Marvel ain't gonna do much.
I mean, I think it did. Well, it did well because people thought it hooked into Endgame, which that was a lie. It did not.
I mean, it introduced Captain Marvel. That's about all it did.
That cardboard cutout of a character. I'm sorry, Captain Marvel fans. She's not a good character.
No, she's pretty bland. She wasn't the most interesting character in her own movie.
Right? So we're 2 for 2 for subpart endings, right? I think WandaVision. The ending goes eh. I mean, a lot of people really just hated that it just became a CGI fest at the end of it.
Yeah,
I didn't care. Like, final fight, cool. I mean, honestly, my big hype moment was Vision versus Vision.
Yeah, the ship of Theseus.
Was it?
The ship was
Yeah,
sinking.
yeah, that's great.
That was the
Dude,
best part of that episode, man.
Yeah, how do you beat your villain with philosophy? That is amazing. That is the most Vision thing I've ever seen. I loved every moment of that. And Wanda's new Scarlet Witch costume, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty good costume.
Yeah. Now,
And now she's officially the Scarlet Witch.
yeah, she officially has her name. She has a name.
It only took 6 years.
Right. Again, then the whole goodbye to her fake, to her like fake family. Again, emotional. Again, just a lot of people didn't like that it boiled down to a CGI fest fight. While Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier was very much, I don't know, just Carly's they screwed over Bucky. Falcon, again, Sam's character was, I think, fine and dandy, to be honest. Where he ended, I think it was proper for him.
Yeah. He ended, if we're talking, if that was the end goal for them, then they did what they set out to do.
I mean, when they changed the name to Falcon, Falcon Winter Soldier to Captain America, I think that was their goal. That was their priority. Bucky was like nowhere up there for them.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm so mad about that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Spoilers for our listeners. Al is not a fan of the show's ending.
Yeah, so he's probably I think he saw the last episode. He was like, I think he called it trash or something like that.
He said it was very boring.
It was very boring. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't boring, but the ending was just disappointing.
Yeah. So speaking of disappointing, I still have not watched Demon Slayer, so I'm disappointed about that. But you went to watch the movie.
I did, and my disappointment was
it was dubbed.
The person who bought, so a friend of mine bought my ticket because he invited me to go out, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. So I left it up to him to buy the tickets. He bought dub tickets. When I'm not against dubbed anime at all. Like, they're good dubs. Like Full Alchemist, One Piece. Code
Geass.
Code Geass. Actually, I haven't seen a Code Geass dub, so I have no idea. Where is it? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I am rewatching that now.
Nice.
Because what is it? What are good dubs are out there? Surprisingly, Pokemon. I think Pokemon was actually like the line sucked. When they called it Rice Bowl Donut, but the voice acting was great. Yu-Gi-Oh had a really good dub. The sass that came out of Kaiba's voice actor was top tier sass.
Dragon Ball Z too.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. So again, they're good dubs. And this one was fine. Tanjiro sucked. I mean, he didn't suck, but he could be better. Inosuke really sucked. So Inosuke in the anime is voiced by Matsusugu. He does Kirito, and and he has great range. Like he can play,
man, I've seen his voice.
He could do the super serious main character, like the heroic protagonist. He could do the crazy villain, which he has done in ReZero. So he has a good range. So it's hard to compete with that. And the guy who's voicing Inosuke tries. He doesn't have the same charm. Zenitsu was actually almost spot on. Zenitsu's voice actor was great, actually. The villain's voice actor was great. What took me out were the kid when they had to voice children. It felt so forced. There was a scene where Tanjiro see kind of like flashbacks to his siblings. The one died, and I don't know, because Japanese people can have just naturally have a higher pitch of voice, or
you're gonna tell me the kid sounded manly, like
no, but it sounded strained. I hear the strain. It does not sound as a guy who works with children 24/7. Well, not 24/7, like 40 hours a week. They did not sound like children.
They sound like Chrome. They sounded like the guy from the Old Spice commercials.
No, they just they tried. They were really they tried to hit that that pitch of a 5-year-old. They weren't successful. I'm sorry. The Japanese can do it better. I'm sorry. What do you want?
Fair enough. Well, without ruining it for our viewers, did you enjoy the movie?
For what it was, yeah. Overall, yeah, movie's great. Animation was great. Yeah, overall it was great. I just the dubbing just took me out of it so much. The crying scene. There's a lot of crying, and American voice actors can't cry. It's either underperformed or overperformed. It never sounds right. I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever lived for that kind of authenticity. But hey, if that took you out of it, it took you out of it.
It's just like I cringed.
The movie's canon, right?
Yeah, it's canon. Yeah, it's all canon. This is the next arc. They just made it a movie. And honestly, they didn't cut anything. Like they covered it straight out. In fact, they added some. They added a lot of additions to the fight scenes. We made a little more dramatic, a little more more of a spectacle.
Okay,
which is great. I mean, well, yeah, overall, I think it was. I think they did justice. Again, wholeheartedly recommend it if you're a Demon Slayer fan. Just sub. That was so. Oh, sorry. But the buddy of mine, he was sitting to my right. And the screen showed. Okay, the movie started. Before the Funimation logo came up. Actually, when the Funimation logo came up, I turned to him like, "Matter, you got sub, right?" And he looked at me. It was like, "I think." I'm like, "It was like, you better be sub." I called it. So I don't know why. I felt a disturbance in the force.
Did it not give you like the little wave thing that all the subbed anime movies have at the beginning?
No, it did. It did have it. So yeah, it had a bunch of different, a bunch of like logos, whatever. I was like, okay, this is fine.
But then the Funimation one was like, wait.
No. Funimation was fine. I think that's fine.
That was the one. Was that the one that gave it away?
Yeah, well, it didn't give away, but like it clicked. So, when I saw the Funimation logo, something clicked in my head. So I had to ask, was this sub or dub? And of course, he couldn't remember for the life of him, the useless idiot. So first scene shows up. It's one of the characters saying a bunch of names. So the names are all in Japanese, obviously.
But you can tell the difference.
But there were no subs.
Subtitles.
I was like, okay, he's saying Japanese words, but there's no subs. I listened for a little longer. It's like, this doesn't sound like a Japanese accent. I started getting worried. And then another character turned to him, spoke in English. I did the most dramatic head turn, just stared him in the face. It was like, just straight eye contact of, you got to be kidding me, right?
Well, we've gone to a couple movies with your buddy.
Yeah,
he's usually the one that ends up buying the tickets.
I'm the one that buys the tickets because I double check.
First and last time.
Yeah, he's never buying movie tickets again. You can buy the popcorn.
Speaking of, how packed was it?
Not that bad. About 20 people. Getting all social distancing. We were actually the only people in our row.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So how it worked is, if you bought together, if you bought your tickets together, you could sit together. But then the moment that group of seats you have,
eliminated.
Eliminated the seats like next to you.
It was like 1 or 2 seats.
1 from what I saw.
Oh, okay. I thought it'd be 2.
I might be wrong. Might be 2.
2 makes sense.
2 would make sense, but again, it was like decent. It did break records though. This broke box office records for a foreign movie to show in the U.S.
Really?
Which makes sense because this movie destroyed all records in Japan. Like Your Name, any Studio Ghibli film, Demon Slayer skyrocketed. Like, just there was no competition.
I'm honestly, even now, like I'm still just in shock of how big Demon Slayer got, like in terms of popularity.
It's not the story that did it; it's the animation. Like Ufotable has such a huge reputation in the anime community because Fate Stay Night being the main thing people love it for. So people saw Ufotable.
Did they also do Zero?
Yeah, Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero, the Fate Stay Night, Heaven's Field. The 3 movies are coming out that are already out, which I still need to watch.
Yeah,
they're all on my Plex, by the way, if you're curious.
I think I saw this thing, but I don't even know. Side note, how the continuation of the Fate series goes.
So it's a visual novel. So there's different routes you could take Shiro.
Okay.
So and then the route depends on what girl he ends up with. So if he ends up with Saber, that was the original Fate Stay Night anime that came out years ago, like decades ago. And then Unlimited Blade Works, that's the Tosaka route. So he ends up with her, and that's Unlimited Blade Works. Heaven's Feel is when he ends up with Sakura.
Okay. All right, so I'll watch that.
Yeah. So just alternate realities.
Okay. Speaking of watching, this has been a rough season of anime for you in terms of all the stuff you have to watch. Me too.
My time is. I'm still playing catch up. It's ridiculous.
So, any that stand out to you? Because we have a list here, all the different ones we've seen. So I'm just curious. Anything that really sticks out to you?
Well, VV's the Fluorite Eyes song. I think that's how I'm pronouncing it. Yeah, that was great. I think that is definitely a high tier one. Unfortunately, it's an original anime, and original animes tend to not do as well as like My Heroes and the reoccurring ones, because they don't get as a big, because they're not well known enough, so people don't jump onto them.
Yeah, and then there's always the fear of, well, I know if it has like good source material to back it up, like Demon Slayer, for example, then people are more akin to watching it versus something like an IP.
Yeah,
but it's really good.
Yeah, he's great. I won't say much. It's about AIs. The first 2 minutes, I was the first 2 minutes, I was like, what? I was speechless for the first 2 minutes. That's all I can say. It was great, but it definitely knows how to hook you. A few other I've been watching Godzilla Singular Point. It's interesting. It's a very slow anime, but I'm in, like, we haven't seen the title character yet, technically.
How many episodes in are you?
3 episodes in. I need to watch 4 and 5.
Three episodes and no Godzilla?
But we might have seen. Well, so at the end of the episode 3, we see something, and the Godzilla theme, the old school Godzilla theme, plays. So I'm assuming I did see him, but it didn't look like him. So I don't know what's going on.
It's not definitive. That's fair.
Yeah. But like, they took the effort. They put the effort to put the Godzilla OST behind this one viewing thing. I was like, oh, maybe. SSS Dynazenon.
Yeah.
That's great.
Known as SSS.
Yeah, SSS. I'm enjoying it. I hate Yomogi.
Yomogi's a crap character.
I despise that. I mean, he has no agency. Like, he's boring. It's not like he's not a bad person, but he's boring. Oh, people are gonna die, but I have work. There's a kaiju showed up downtown, but we got classes. Well, I want to reach through the screen and smack this boy. I hate him. I hate him so much.
And he's got a nice design too, which is a shame. Yeah,
I mean, that's all of this.
Yeah.
The Gridman universe. Trigger. I love what Trigger does. Studio Trigger. That's the company that anime sees. They did SSS, Gridman, and Dynazenon. I love what they do with the eyes. They're very expressive.
Yeah,
and they're very unique. Like you don't see those. I don't know. It's like a rainbow-esque, like, kind of color scheme to it.
What else we got here?
Let's see. So Higehiro. This is I shaved and picked up the high school girl. So it sounds bad. Title sounds really bad. It is very wholesome. This is my favorite main character I've ever seen. The male lead. He is such a Chad.
That's very bold.
Oh my god. I have not liked the main character this much in a long time. He is great. I do like. And there's a few interesting directorial choices. So the premise is he went on a date He got rejected. Got drunk in his, in his sadness. He found a high school girl who was looking for somewhere to stay. She offers her body to it, for a place to stay. He immediately calls her. He rejects her and calls her an idiot, and forces her but lets her stay anyway. But in exchange, he's teaching her how to be an actual kid again. It's very wholesome. It's actually very wholesome.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. But yeah, those are there's a few others I haven't watched yet. Shadow House 86, To Your Eternity, just a bunch of stuff I haven't started yet. So
yeah. For me, I've also been watching Vivi. I think it's great. One that has really surprised me is called Odd Taxi.
What is that about?
It's about a taxi driver, and like,
I mean, I kind of put that there.
His interactions with like the people that get into his car, but like they're animals. Now,
is he an animal?
He's an animal.
Okay, so
I don't think they're animals. I think he just perceives everybody as a different animal. And like, it's very interesting. There's a lot of interesting social commentary. Like, he comes across a character who's obsessed with getting blowing up on social media. Guy looking for love on like dating apps, things like that. And his interactions are really, really funny. And there's an overarching story. The artwork is very it's endearing. It's not along the lines of like Jujutsu Kaisen or SSS. It's very like almost like a paintbrush type of art, if that makes sense. But it's really good. I'm watching a couple sports ones. Backflip, which is a guy joins a rhythmic gymnastics club.
Okay.
And it's actually if you've watched Haikyuu, the characters have like that feel, like that interaction. There's another one called Burning Kabaddi. Kabaddi being the sport I'd never heard of, and the dude's a douchebag because he hates sports, but he's kind of forced into joining.
Wait, hold on. That sounds a little familiar.
So the guy's a douche, and he was really good at soccer, and then in high school he doesn't want to play any sports, and he gets roped into it because he's trying to basically become a Twitch streamer, and then the vice captain for the team is like, I could get you a bunch of subs if you join
the team. Oh my god, that's great.
It's really funny. That one's also pretty good. And To Your Eternity, it's a tearjerker.
Yeah, send me to watch it. I'll probably watch after this.
If you think you can handle the tears, I strongly recommend watching it. The animation is really good, and for any Kingdom Hearts fans, the opening is done by Hikaru Tada, who does every Kingdom Hearts song, and I don't think she's done anything since then. So this might be like
she got out of retirement for Kingdom Hearts 3. That's why.
Anything outside of that?
No, she has her own album and stuff.
Oh,
yeah. So I'm looking at Odd Taxi. So Odd Taxi does not have a lot of ratings. The ratings are high. It's a 4.9 out of 5, but it's only 168 ratings versus something like To Your Eternity, which is at that 1.2K.
Yeah. Odd Taxi is going to be a sleeper anime for this season, but I wholeheartedly love it.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Oh, and a stupid one. It's already been out, so it's not new to this season. And I can't remember the explicit name, but it's along the lines of dogs and cats make life more interesting. So it's like these little like 1.5 minute episodes of like this little girl with a dog and a cat interacting with them, and they're so funny, man. They're so funny.
Oh my god! I mean, if it's only in 2 minutes, I'll check. Speaking of 2-minute episodes, fans of Kobayashi Dragon Maid, so we have a second season incoming. Due to the arson attack on Kyoto Anime. It was been on hiatus. But to keep us happy, they're releasing like these minute and a half episodes every week, and I am happy. I am home for like a minute and a half, and I'm sad again.
Oh man. A quick side note: if you like time travel and / gangster anime, there's one called Tokyo Revengers. It's really interesting. It's a very interesting take. It's only a couple of in, but it's really interesting.
I think Oni-chan mentioned that to me yesterday as well. He's been watching it. He gave a good recommendation as well. I probably should put that on the list. Just my never-ending list of anime to watch now. It's not airing the season, but Madoka, it's getting another movie after 8 years. I want to rewatch the series.
No, oh really?
You need to watch it.
I do need to watch it. I will watch it. I actually have been.
Madoka's so good.
Catching up on older.
You like Fate Zero, right? The exact same writer. Ooh. Yeah. Yes, he wrote what looks to be a girly. What's the shoujo? What's the word I'm looking? Girl power? No. Magical Girl. Looks like he wrote a Magical Girl show. It is so much more. Highly, highly recommend it.
What was I watching? And I explained to a friend of mine, it's like Madoka Magica, and he's like, I don't get that. I'm like, I'm disappointed in you, but I can't judge you until I watch it myself, but I know what it's about.
Oh, it's so good. I'll watch it with you. I want to rewatch it.
It's 12 episodes, right?
11.
11.
No, it is 12. It's 12. For some reason, episode 12 doesn't show up on Crunchyroll, so I had to find that.
And then Funimation.
Yeah. Okay. And then there's a movie. The movie which sets afterwards, and the movie's ending is woof. Yeah, highly recommend it. So I can't believe there's another sequel coming out. I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you like watching anime, you need something to watch, man. Any of these things are up there. Yeah. If anyone watches Beastars, the season 2 should be coming out in July. I got to watch it ahead, and it is better than the first one, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it.
I saw like the last half of the last episode, and I was just so confused.
You're so confused. And I was like, I can't sit here and explain the whole plot. But
anyway, I think we're out of time. We didn't really get to touch on manga, but hey, it's fine.
We could cover that with Mr. Al next week, since it's gonna be
Golden Week. Yeah, we have Golden Week next week. That's right. So we won't have any chapters.
Yeah. This is a tribute to Mr. Al, who loves Elon Musk. He will be hosting SNL, Saturday Night Live.
Hey, there's our Elon Musk news for
slide one in there.
Hey, nice. All right. Anyway, so for everyone tuning in, thank you guys for. We always appreciate the views and the support. Feel free to email us any questions, or just want to trash talk us. Why not? any email is good email at the ogdonutshop@gmail.com. I've been your host, Mr. In. You can find me at Mr. David In on Twitter and Instagram, even though I haven't been active lately. And Jorge.
You can find me here being Jorge, in my very comfortable, not my sweater. And you can find Mr. Al at Paging Dr. Al. He's on Instagram. He's very busy this week, but he's here with us in spirit, but got to throw his handle in there.
There you go. So as always, you can find us here on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Amazon's, Podbean, Google, Spotify, and anywhere else you can listen to our podcast feeds. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Always appreciate it.
Bye.